Mannadium versus Labyrinth. A lot of Labyrinth players today, despite not receiving any new support, but maybe they're thinking their deck is good against the new cards. We are going to be coup-clocking into the graveyard and then making sure to chain to it, so while it's in the graveyard, it sees you discarding a card for the Chandelier, so it activates to reborn itself onto the field. Also making the Big Welcome activatable only if you have a Labyrinth monster on the field, which the coup clock is going to be making it activatable by being on the field itself. Now, Big Welcome being negated by Ash, that is huge. Big play there. Always save the Ash generally for the Big Welcome. Do not negate Ariana. Do not. You can imperm Ariana. Do not Ash her. Do not let her eat your Ash. Welcome Labyrinth could eat your Ash because they could summon a Lovely, which will make it so you can't even negate the Big Welcome, so you're kind of in a tight spot there. Brand new Amritira. Searching for any Vsauce spell or trap, so pretty much everything in the deck. And it's a Vsauce while on the field, so it can make a Lightheart. Lightheart into the field spell search, but we already have the field spell activated this turn. We can't activate another. Arrival, reborn our Vsauce from the graveyard as we then link this off into the Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is going to allow us to then banish from the graveyard to make the Astrolaud. Astrolaud will trigger the Cross Sheep to reborn a monster from the graveyard, which will be, what are we reborning? Maybe a ball. We're also popping a card in the field, pop a monster with the Astrolaud summon. With our ball, we could make a Dispater. With Dispater, we could reborn a banished monster. With our banished monster, that's going to be Vsauce. We can now special summon Lightheart from the graveyard because we control a Vsauce and a Sprite Elf. Elf could reborn a ball. With the ball and the Astrolaud, we have a level 10 Synchro, which will be Baron de Floor. Or Chang Ying, right? Are we playing Chang Ying? We're not playing Chang. We're playing Chaos Angel, and we're playing Ice Jade. Ice Jade, okay. Very interesting. We are in big trouble. Yeah. What are we gonna do? Mudora spin back the balls back into the deck as we attempt to reborn it from the grave. No way. Dispater is negating Mudora by returning Mudora back in the deck. What the heck? And it needed that Mudora to be banished in order to negate the Mudora. Wow. That was an interesting little play there. A checkmate. We have an activatable Baron de Floor, which will be able to negate the Welcome Labyrinth. Now, you could only use each effect of Welcome Labyrinth once per turn. So if we negate one, you cannot use the other. Generally, spell or trap cards that have multiple effects will say you could only use it. So when their activation is negated, you're screwed. Big Welcome is activatable to spin a card in the field back into the deck. Goodbye. Did Baron de Floor activate? I don't think Baron de Floor activated. We're just holding on to the Baron de Floor because we don't need to activate it. Lovely chain link block in the Baron de Floor from being able to negate the Lovely from popping a card in the field. Chandelier add to the hand, Torby summon onto the field. Elf is reborning our Meek, sure. So what are we doing? What are we popping with the Lovely? Non-target pop in the field or hand. Add back, yes. Summon, and wiping out the Baron de Floor. Very well done. Now we have Chaos Angel, which is actually going to be unaffected from monster effects and protecting all our monsters from battle destruction, which protects the Sprite Elf, protects an Apollo USA. You Apollo USA alongside a Chaos Angel, you're in a good spot. We have the field spell activating to pop out any card in the field because there's 3 monsters in defense, and we're activating the field spell again to search for the right card. Normal summoning it because we don't have a Scareclaw in the field to summon adjacent to it. Arrival is going to be able to reborn a monster from the graveyard. The right card also draws an additional card because 3 monsters on the field were in defense, drawing into a TTT. Further synchroing into the Ice Jade. Ice Jade is here. Does this banish it? Oh, not if it's off the field, right? If you chain to it, you could then banish it from the graveyard. It actually does banish. Well, okay, well, you could do Called By also, sure. That is the scoop. Open field lethal, Mannadium taking game 1, using the Vsauce Amritira, brand new support. Let's go to game 2. All right. If she chains to the activation of the card, you then banish that card's name from the field and grave, but it does not negate. Ariana searching for our Big Welcome. We have a great turn. Okay, wait, who won game 1? Labyrinth won game 1, right? Mannadium won game 1. All right. So how do we play this out? Right card on summon is going to be negated by the Ash here. And we're also going to be chaining Welcome Labyrinth. We do want Lady to chain to the Welcome Labyrinth. Now, by chaining the Rhymeheart to the Welcome Labyrinth, it stops the Lady from setting any trap from the deck here. We still have more traps to activate. Very well done. Imperm was not usable on the Lady before starting our turn here because it's untargetable. Now, with Lovely on the field and we activate any of our back row traps, you can't chain cards like an Ash Blossom. Can't chain any monster effects to this. We are directly chaining to the big welcome, but the Forbidden Droplet is going to negate the untargetable Lady. Now, we could have chained Daruma to flip Lady face down had we not had a trap discarded for the Droplet, making it so you cannot chain a trap to the Droplet. So very interesting that we had that trap. Rarely do you get to even have this opportunity to stop them from chaining a trap. Negate, negate, double negate. That is great. Big welcome into our second Lovely if we had one. So I think this does confirm that we don't have a second Lovely. We should be probably chain link blocking the Ariana with the Lovely since it is negated. Thus, it would not be negated by something like an Ash, but not really a big deal. As you then flip the entire field face down. Full face down flip. The Obsidian's going to special summon a Vsauce or a Rise Heart monster from the hand onto the field. Lightheart into the field spell. Field spell could pop any card on the field. Do we take out the impermanence? We know it's there. We're popping. Popping the Imperm. Imperm be gone. Starfrost's gonna pop the Lightheart. Lightheart is gonna be reborning itself onto the field. We're gonna be making a Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is gonna be triggered from the Asher Loud. And then what do we reborn? We reborn a, I guess we just make an Apollo USA, right? So we could pop a card with the Asher Loud. Good. Popping our face down ball. We're balling. Damn. So the combo is, we're getting started. Daruma was supposed to stop the combo. We're still comboing. This is great. Ball onto the field. Shokan into the Excel Star to Synchro. Reborn the level 2 ball from the grave. Lady's going to be summoning itself onto the field. It will be indestructible by card effect and also cannot be targeted. But, you know, it wasn't like chain link block. It wasn't really doing anything. It's just here. Now making Dissipator. Dissipator. Reborn a banished monster back onto the field here. To battle we go. I do think this is a main phase 2 Apollo USA. Yeah. Starfrost, second effect. You get to gain attack. Sure. No one really cares about that effect. We're going to actually make a Dark. Dark reborn, a Dark monster for the opponent's graveyard. Give me your Lovely. Lovely is now mine. Do we still make Apollo here? Recycling our own impermanence with the Dark? Ain't no way. Why not Apollo? Okay, sure, why not? We are going to use Big Welcome, returning the Ariana in the field back to the hand to trigger the Welcome Labyrinth to reset itself onto the field to then also resummon the Ariana just to get negated by the Dissipator. Now it's negate, not destroy. Didn't have to use the Imperm. End the turn. Not big enough to swing at anything. The Starfrost boost is actually relevant. 3550 and it's still here. We didn't link it off as you would normally do. To defense we go, reborn a monster into defense. So what happens here is we get to pop a card, search a card, draw a card. That's like a +4 right there, +4, right? +1, 2, 3, and pop a card. +4 off of the Dissipator. We didn't pop a card yet. Baron de Floor is here to pop an additional damn, 2-0. That's the power of Mannadium through a Daruma, which is supposed to shut down the entire turn. You only use Daruma to shut them down. It's supposed to guarantee you another turn, but it didn't really. They still had a great disruption play. Oh my Jesus. We are playing the Tier Limit Field Spell just to search for a Vsauce Starfrost here. There's no disruption in their hands, so what can we do? Chaos Angel does have the full protection from monster effects. It's got both. And the Baron de Floor cannot be destroyed by battle. We have Omni Negate plus unaffected from monsters. Both of them are unaffected, by the way. Both unaffected, both cannot be destroyed by battle. What do? Can TTK break this? Surely. We're going to use Performapal, Odd Eyes, Fusion Summon play into a Vortex Dragon. Now, Vortex Dragon is not going to be able to affect the Baron de Fleur, but the Baron de Fleur forgot that Chaos Angel is protecting it from the effect to spin it back into the deck. Oh my gosh, we're negating nothing. This is not a thing. It was not going to do anything. We were unaffected. Okay, we have Wisdom Eye Magician popping itself to set up a double Iris, using the Butler from the graveyard to take out the Performapal Pendulum Scale into our Electromite. Electromite is here. Come to me, putting our Astrograph into the extra deck to add the Astrograph after popping the Pendulum Scale to trigger the Astrograph, trigger the Iris, and trigger the Electromite to draw a card. So the Iris is on the higher chain link here. Should we have chain link blocked it with the Electromite? This is actually a mandatory effect. You cannot chain link block the Iris. And you also, only in the TCG, can the Astrograph chain link block the Iris if we wanted to. That is actually a different ruling for TCG. Astrograph come forth and summon. It will be searching for another Iris. We're still going to draw one. Or a Wisdom Eye Magician instead of the Iris. Okay. Interesting. He should have negated the Astrograph. Yeah, he could have waited for the Astrograph to activate to then Ash if we wanted to stop that instead. We are now making Promethean Princess to reborn our Electromite from the graveyard back onto the field, which could pop our Pendulum Scale again, but we don't get to draw again. We're popping the Promethean Princess instead, which locks us into Fire Monster Summoning only, to add the Astrograph, to resummon the Astrograph, to search our deck again for the double Iris, which we said we were going to search for earlier. Now, we're going to be using Wisdom Eye to pop itself to set up an Oath Dragon to add an extra deck monster back to the hand, which will be our Wisdom Eye. We have already used up our normal summon, as we now make Beyond the Pendulum to search our deck for a Pendulum monster. Baron de Fleur already negated, but the Chaos Angel still making Baron de Fleur in itself unaffected from monster effects. What is the out? What are we doing? Astrograph, double Iris. We are full Pendulum summoning. We're going to be using the Beyond the Pendulum to destroy 2 back row cards on the field spell in the back row. Also the Harmonizing Magician, summoning a level 6 in the deck to make our own level 10 Synchro if we want. We still don't have an out. We can't destroy by battle. We can't affect them by card effects from monsters. We could take control. Come to me, Chaos Angel, now protecting our own Baron de Fleur, taking out the Baron de Fleur, as we now have lethal damage. Chaos Angel only protecting from monster effects. Very well done. Damn. Turn 2 OTK versus Mannadium. We are going first. Max seeing the draw phase playing around triple tactics talent here, also potentially around any Kashtira monsters. Searching for our Scareclaw Kashtira with the Scareclaw field spell, grabbing an arrival with the right card. Rhymeheart popping the right card to then search our deck for a Mannadium card, which will be the Reframing. Reframing requires us to have a Synchro on the field to negate anything. Arrival, reborning our right card from the graveyard to then link off into a Lightheart, which will search for a second field spell, which is not so good. Like, we're under Max C. What is going on? I discussed at the start of the tournament. It was, what does Mannadium do under Max C? Because Super Heavy Samurai could give them draw 1, plus you make a Baguska. That's pretty good under Max C. But Mannadium, what is going on? What is going on? This is too much special summoning. We have, how many cards drawn here? 9 cards in the hand, drawing into a 10th card for our Baron de Fleur, but we have a Reframing, so we have double negate. So the trade was 5 cards for 2 negates. I don't know. Let's see. We only have to play around 2 negates here. The Skullcrobat is going to be searching. We are holding on to our negates. Both negates also get rid of the... Oh, this is interesting. The Baron de Fleur can negate the field spell, but couldn't the Reframing negate it? The Reframing says when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated while you control Synchro Monster. Let me explain how this works. It is saying if the effect of a monster is activated, but not the effect of a spell or trap. So what's activating right now? The effect of a spell or trap, but it cannot negate the activation of an effect unless it's a monster. So you cannot Reframing negate the field spell, but you can use Baron de Fleur, because Baron de Fleur is worded differently. Baron de Fleur states that you are going to, where's the negate? When a card or effect is activated. So it is spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, where the other one states only monster effect is activated. So that's where the difference is. Thus, we could only negate with Baron de Fleur as we are activating, so it does not get pushed into the back row here. Very well done. And now we have reframing, ready to negate. So we actually can't negate that, but we're going to be, because that was the pendulum effect, then that was the monster effect. Setting up the star pendulum graph. We have Black Fang, which is going to be reducing the Baron to floor down to 1500 attack. We do have to have that Baron to floor on the field in order to use the reframing to negate. Now, when we negate, you need a Starfrost or a Rise Heart monster on the field or in the graveyard to be able to destroy the card we negate, which we do have. So we can negate and destroy with that reframing, but what do we do when Pendulum is just vomiting onto the field? What do you negate? I wish I could tell you, because we're now negating an effect that's going to deal with our 1500 vanilla monster. That's it. Probably what we did not want to negate, but we are forced to negate. And that's now it. We are going to be summoning our Scareclaw Kashtira. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. We negated the poison from destroying the Baron to floor. And because we optionally, it's optional, we used the optional you can destroy the card we're negating, because we then destroyed the card we were negating, the effect we were negating activated again to destroy the Baron to floor. Now, it's just funny. It's not like a huge misplay is causing us to lose. We were going to lose anyway. Baron to floor, let's go. Reframing is targeting the Rhyme Heart to then return it back into the deck here. Open field, exactly 8,000 damage. Pendulum best deck. TTK is back. Damn. Thank you to both of you. I appreciate you both. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have no hand traps. All right, let's see how far we pop off with Mannadium. Right card, searching for the arrival. Multiple copies could reborn from the graveyard. A 4 material Apollo. Quadra negate. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Negate, 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 negate or destroy, negate, and negate with reframing. Those are the public disruptions, 7 of them. And on top of the 7 public disruptions, we have enemy controller and Ash. We can't break this. There's no way. Baron to floor, dropping this down, losing one of our negates here. Okay. Was I saying can't be destroyed by battle? I don't know what I was saying. I was thinking Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel's not here. Apollo is going to be using its second negate out of 4. So we have 2 more negates at 1600 attack. It will be potentially wiped out by the Ariana, but the enemy controller being used to put her into D, stopping that attack. She's got a large D at 2100. We're going to Maxi preemptively in the draw phase, not even using the Apollo USA. Baron to floor, taking out the Ariana, chaining the big welcome to return her back to the hand. Ash is going to negate. Cross out Designate is going to negate the negate. And then Baron to floor is going to negate the negate, negating the negate. Negate! That's it. It's over. We even had reframing. If we wanted to further negate another negate, negating the negate on the negate. Damn. That is the power of Mannadium. We still had Dispater. We had more negates on the Apollo. You have to Maxi to keep this deck in check, or it's going to be broken. That's it. Maxi gives Konami the excuse to just break these decks. And if it weren't for Maxi, I think Super Heavy Samurai would have came out pre-limited like crazy. I'm shocked they didn't pre-limit Super Heavy Samurai. I'm thinking maybe Konami did some play testing, or from looking at the OCG, it not doing that well with the existence of Maxi. But, well, you know, they have Soul Piercer limited to 1 in OCG, so is that even an excuse? But still, where is the Super Heavy Samurai in today's event? Limited to 1, Pot of E. Skill Drain, limited to 1, limited to 1, limited to 1. Limited to 1, Rivalry of Warlords, 1-1-1-1-1. Oh my gosh, I don't think we could break the double floodgate. Yeah, this is a problem. This is something. We're going to be locked into dragons only. Only dragon monsters can be summoned, and your field's negated, and the big welcome can pop any card in the fields. Druiswarm can only send a special summon monster to the graveyard. It can't deal with the back row floodgates. There you go, locking you into Dragon only. We still don't know that the skill drain is existing here. We can't even summon the Reinhardt. Now, the field spell is a Floodgate Outer, but we need 3 monsters on the field in defense. We're going to be maxing in response to the Big Welcome, which used with the Labyrinth will pop any card in the field. What are we popping? We are popping the Druid Swarm. Druid Swarm cannot target the Lady Labyrinth. She's untargetable. Didn't even need to use our skill drain yet. Because we're going to use the Lady Labyrinth chaining to the impermanence to set any trap we want from the deck. Normal trap, that is. We're not setting continuous floodgates. Another Big Welcome. Very well done, just trading the imperm. Also triggering the Labyrinth by using a non-Labyrinth trap to reborn or summon from the hand our Fiend-type monster, which could be used with the Chaos Angel to be banishing. Big Welcome, Ash is going to negate. If we don't have a Lovely, then they can Ash. Lovely does stop that from being the thing that just happened. Okay? Now, Meek, if destroyed by battle or card effect, or by rivalry sending it to the graveyard, it would have activated if destroyed to summon another ball from the deck. We can't get triple monsters into defense here. What's going on? Reinhardt on summon is going to be impermed. Now, Reinhardt could dodge the impermanence by destroying it. Warrior for warrior. It works under rivalry. Let's go. Very well done. Dodge the imperm. This is why you generally, against Vanquished Soul and Mannadium, you do not imperm a monster that can be returned with the Vanquished Soul quick effect or be popped with the Reinhardt. Skill drain is now going to be revealed. And do we just scoop it up? We need 3 monsters in defense to use the field spell to pop the skill drain. 2 monsters. We got 2. We need 1 more. 1 more. Obsidian, pop a monster. We're going to use the Welcome Labyrinth to pop the monster instead. Thus, the Obsidian will not resolve searching your deck for the Mannadium field spell. That is unfortunate, but the Obsidian could special summon a Vsauce Starfrost in the hand. And we already have the field spell in our hand. But, wow. Warrior into a Warrior level 10 Synchro, but the skill drain is negating. And the Big Welcome spins her back and she can't negate. Okay. Vicious Astrolaud is here. Can't destroy a monster on the field, but it is quite large at 3,000 attack here. Okay. Lady Labyrinth just goes even with it, and then what do? It's unfortunate that we have the out to the floodgate right here on the field. We just couldn't get a 3rd monster in defense in order to activate it, just to take out that skill drain. We are going to return back the Ariana here. We're going to be triggering the effects of the Welcome Labyrinth to set onto the field with our fully negated monster field. We still have the power of Labyrinth popping any card in the field. So we're locked into a single monster archetype. Our monster negated, and every turn they're popping any card we control. We got to get out. That was too many limited to 1s. Extravagance, limited to 1. Skill drain, rivalry, damn. Starting off with the Reinhardt grabbing the Arrival to reborn a Scareclaw from the graveyard. We're now going to be maxing before the inherent special summon of the Lightheart. Ash will be negating, and we have an Ash of our own. So when do we Ash? Well, if they're going to draw 2 at TTT, you would then Ash. We do have double Ash for when they look at our hand, so we're not worried about that. Meek is special summoning before the link off into the Lightheart. Do you negate this? I would not. I would negate the field spell instead. Because if they already have the field spell in the hand, only 1 is activatable. But, you know, this did work out since we didn't have another field spell anyway. Pop in the Meek to then trigger the effect of the Reinhardt to search our deck for a Mannadium card, as the Meek then summons a Meek from the deck, which could be a level 2 or level 4. We are summoning it from the deck as a level 4, as the Obsidian pops the Lightheart to grab the Mannadium field spell. Mannadium field spell will grab a Vsauce Starfrost or a Mannadium card. Starfrost will pop the Meek, which will trigger the field spell and the Meek to get 2 balls on the field. Level 4 and level 2. What can we do with this? Somewhere in the combo, we're going to be making the Cross Sheep and the Astrolaud to then reborn a ball from the graveyard. We have 5 bodies on the field. With that, we now make a Vsauce Amatera, which will grab the Reframing, which will be an Omni Negate for anything. What happened to your hand, Sniffus? What the heck? Yeah, you got TTT'd, you used Ash and Max C. This is a problem. And yeah, like the Lightheart's not even a hard once per turn, so we negated it, then it activated again for the field spell. Oh my gosh. We're going to be Field Spell grabbing the right card. We have not special summoned it yet. Look at Mannadium pop off here. This is crazy. Excel Start a Synchro will be the main way to make the Dissipator because you need a non-tuner dragon that is, to make the Dissipator. And then we have Cross Sheep being summoned into the correct zone here. Do not block the left, middle, and right so that you have room to summon your Astrolaud to trigger the Cross Sheep to reborn a level 2 from the graveyard to make a Baron to floor, and then we could reborn the Vsauce Starfrost, and with that in the right card, we can make a Chaos Angel. So all our synchros are unaffected. The Dissipator can negate and destroy a card. We could then Baron to floor, negate anything. We have Reframing to negate, and we also are going to have an Apollo USA. Yeah. Did I miss anything? All right, that is what happens if you do not resolve your Maxi against Mannadium. Peaceful plan into the Meek. Gia, why did we not put any Super Heavy Sams into the early rounds duel room? There is a ton of them, right? They just didn't want to be in the... They were all in? I haven't found one. What the heck? You told them we were full? I don't see them. Maybe they won so quickly that the duel room replays disappeared. Well, I guess we'll see them in the top 16. Imperm negating the Kid Callus. We are playing tier limit Mannadium. Let's go. Negate. Through Nibiru. We have untargetable Rukalis and Baron to floor, which is not a disruption. We have Reframing, which will negate and destroy anything. We have Baron to floor, which will negate and destroy anything. We have Rukalis, which will negate and affect a special summon. It is the mirror match, kind of. This is more tier limit Mannadium than I guess the opponent's deck I would be guessing is pure Mannadium. Hajime. This is going to be something. We could have used that Drone Lockbird. We're going to be Field Spell grabbing the Meek. Meek is now here, normal summoning the right card, not activating to get destroyed so that we could ensure that the Meek would be special summoned. We're now going to be using the Rukalis to negate the summon of the Vsauce Starfrost. Negate and destroy. What do we do from here? They still have Baron to floor and Reframing. We still have double negate. I think the ball needed to be summoned in attack position so that we could swing in. And I think the Field Spell would trigger here. The Field Spell states that if it is destroyed by battle or card effect, yeah. So Field Spell and Ball would both trigger if we swung in with the Elf. So we have Lightheart here, which will be searching for the Field Spell, but will possibly be negated and destroyed. And then with the Ball and defense, that's just unfortunate. We needed this in attack. I think we still would have lost, but it still could have been more plays we could have done. Astrolaud can activate to pop our own Ball potentially, but we're not going to activate whatsoever because the Reframing is there. To battle we go. Big enough to take out that Baron to floor. And just like that, Chaos Angel main phase 2. On summon, banishing the Reframing. No longer controlling a Synchro monster to use the Reframing to negate and destroy. Havness is here. Elf Reborn the Meek. Meek and Rukalis can make something. To battle we go, as we were saying. Swing in the Meek to trigger the Field Spell in the Meek to summon double balls onto the field. Now we can make a level 4 ball and a level 2 ball. With all these balls, what do we do with them? 3 balls on the field. We're going to be using Rukalis and Meek to make what? A Super Heavy Samurai? Why are we summoning this? This can attack while in defense, but it's main phase 2. This states if a Super Heavy Sam would be destroyed, you could destroy another Super Heavy Sam card instead. Also, if your opponent activates a spell or trap card or effect of one, you could draw until you have 3. So it's not even disruption. It's just draw until you have 3 if they activate a spell or trap. Huh? What the heck is this? Chain Havness, mill 3, and summon. Will this trigger a fusion summon? No. No, it will not. It will do nothing, actually. We have a 0 attack ball on the field. To battle we go, taking out the Elf. Not big enough to take out the Masuwaru. Triggering the Field Spell to reborn the ball back in the field after being destroyed, but now we're only at 800 life. We can attack at 4,000 defense. Now, the Chaos Angel cannot be destroyed by battle. Neither can the Rhymeheart. We have Scareclaw cash, that is tier limit Kashtira into a Soldier of Chaos. Soldier of Chaos taking out the Reinhardt. It actually can't destroy my battle, so it does not trigger the Soldier of Chaos effect. Now, because this was summoned using a level 7 or higher, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Untargetable. What do? Still take 500 damage. We're at 800 life. We have Trisukta, reborn a level 2 from the graveyard. And then this could be the Vsauce Amortira. Amortira is here. Search your deck for a Vsauce spell or trap. Come to us. The Planet Field spell. With the Planet Field spell, we could pop a card in the field if we have 3 monsters in defense. We're going to use the Vsauce Amortira effect to pop our Lightheart to boost up the field to now deal 1,300 damage over the opponent's monster for game. Damn. The secret effect of Vsauce Amortira. Destroy a monster you control. All synchros gain 800. It actually was a relevant effect here. Rarely is relevant. Wow. Scream with the Sharon is going to be fully negated. We do not discard special summon mill 3, then mill an additional 3. We can still normal summon the Sharon to just mill 3. What can we mill 3 into? Mill 3 into Scream, searching for a Sulliek, which will be able to not only negate, but trigger a fusion summon with the Sharon. Do we have enough to fuse into, though? Reinhardt will trigger the Scream for the additional mill 3, as we also Sulliek negate the Reinhardt from searching for a Mannadium card. Did not mill a monster. That is unfortunate, as we did not use the Sulliek to negate. We're just flipping it up. All right, sure. How would we flip it up early? So the Reinhardt did go through. We weren't actually negating it, using to negate. Grabbing another Reinhardt, which could be special summoned with the Obsidian, but we're going to special summon the Starfrost instead. Then summon a Meek alongside it, as the Lightheart now grabs the Scareclaw field spell, but instead is going to be negated by the Sulliek. Negate the field spell search, and the reframing is no good. We need a synchro on the field in order to negate anything. Reinhardt popping the ball activate, field spell activate, summon 2 balls onto the field. 1 level 4, 1 level 2, both are tuners. Come forth. 4 and 4, making level 8 Excel Stardust Synchro to reborn from the graveyard to now make a Dissipator. Dissipator could special summon a banished monster, but we have nothing banished. How do we get something banished? We first make Cross Sheep. We then banish to make Vicious Astrolaud. We then boost up the field by plus 700. We then pop a monster if we want to, but we're not going to. That's our level 2 tuner. Now Dissipator will reborn the banished Starfrost onto the field, which we can now summon Lightheart from the graveyard because we have a Starfrost. As we now make a Vsauce Amortira, searching for a Vsauce spell or trap, which will be our reframing. Vsauce Amortira. Oh. This was the... Remember you all ruled on that issue where a face down and 2 cards in the hand, but they lost connection during their combo for game? You all ruled that it, in fact, was not game. So thank you, chat, which is the head judge of today's tournament. We have field spells searching for our Vsauce Starfrost. We got the ball to pop the ball with the Starfrost. We're going to attempt to maxi to keep Mannadium in check, but Ash is going to negate. Shokan into Chaos Angel right here. Now, this Chaos Angel was not used with the Light Monster. So generally, Starfrost and Reinhardt will be the light and dark for the Chaos Angel. So I would have preferred for this to be a Baron de Flor instead, if we are still planning on summoning Baron de Flor. Banishing Kid Callus off the field. We're making an Apollo USA instead, it looks like. Sure. So, okay. No Baron de Flor, Chaos Angel, and the Apollo USA. Looking at the hand, returning back the Obsidian, and damn, didn't even get a turn. That's a turn 1 FTK. All right, very well done.